about we start off actually standing, because my guess is you've been sitting doing some of your work. So we will begin standing up with the feet hip distance apart. And I think it'd be good if we shake a little bit of tension out. So how about we go ahead and pick up a foot and just shake it around a little bit, like so. And then release that and shake the other foot. Just kind of loosening up through the joints, getting some of the tissues to release. And then we're just going to take the arms and we'll swing them a little bit. So enough so that you feel the shoulders and the shoulder blades kind of jerk back. You almost can sense that bodily need to just take a deep breath in and out. And so if you were sensing it, but you were holding it, go ahead and let yourself do it. So go ahead and breathe in and exhale out through the mouth so that you can get the tension out. How about we actually go ahead and give the jaw some attention before we close the eyes and get a little quieter. So we're going to take the fingers and we can open the mouth gently and just massage through the jaw. It's a common place of tension for a lot of people. I myself am learning how to prevent the tension and to get rid of it when I have it. So moving through the fingers and then releasing, and then just letting the arms rest alongside the body. Let's close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Releasing all physical and mental tension through the mouth. Using the exhalation to release physical toxins, and maybe we could say even mental toxins from the body. All right, so now let's take the shoulders up towards the ears, back, and then down the back, shoulder blades down the back. Flip the palms to face forward. The hands will be a little away from the thighs. And let's separate the feet a little bit more than hip distance. You might even put a soft bend in the knees if you'd like. You don't have to engage the legs. But why don't we just pay attention now and scan the body? So starting with the feet, notice where the weight is in the feet. Notice if you're taking the weight forward into the toes, if the toes are clenching. And then let's just start to shift the weight forward into the toes and then back towards the heels, or you might even lift the toes. Just going forward and back, really feeling the anchorage of the feet, connecting us to the ground so that we aren't tripping all over the place, right? So shifting back and forth. And then we want to find the four corners of the feet. So we're going to shift back enough where the toes don't lift, but we can lift the toes. And now we sense that there are 2 points of our rectangle towards the toes and 2 points of our rectangle towards the heels, the back of the heels. So we'll focus on this as our rectangle. Now take your attention a little bit more towards the inner parts of the feet. So the base of the ball of the foot and then the innermost part of the heel. So then just kind of paying attention to that rectangular shape in each foot. So it's a smaller rectangle. And then we'll just lower the toes, but keep the weight where it is. All right, then start to notice the calves. Go ahead and engage the calves just by standing here. Engage the calves and then relax the calves. And again, engaging and then relaxing. Now we're going to do that with the thighs. So engage the thighs and relax. So you can't really see anything happening. You can only feel it. Engaging and then relaxing. Let's do that with the glutes. So go ahead and engage the glutes and relax the glutes. Engaging and relaxing. We're creating energy just by creating that activity. Now we're going to take the core. So engage the core all the way around the belly through the back and then release. Engage and release. Now let's see if we could do that with the right arm. So you can even create a fist if you like. Engage the right arm, create a fist, feel the bicep, tricep, everything, forearm, and then relax the arm completely. Engaging and relaxing. And we'll take the other side. Engaging the left, relaxing the left. Engaging the whole left arm, relaxing the arm. Now let's see if we can do it with the chest. It's a little awkward. Maybe it feels like nothing's happening. And then relax and try again. And we're going to do this with the neck. So you might have to isolate front, back, sides of the neck. Let's give that one a few times. So engaging and then relaxing. You can kind of feel the body vibrating a little bit more now from the feet up to the neck. Okay, so just kind of check in before we get to the face. Notice how it feels from the neck down. Okay, let's do it with the face. So let's tense up the face. And we'll do this as we breathe in. And on the breath out, relax the face and release out through the mouth. Engaging the face and relaxing. Now just the scalp. Is it possible? Let's see if you can engage the scalp and then relax, and then engage the scalp and relax. Takes lots of concentration. All right, so that's good right there. So here we are standing nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. On the next inhale, we'll be breathing through the nose now. Reach the arms all the way upwards. Take the glutes and lower back and activate them, and then begin to send the arms back a little bit. So we're coming into a gentle standing back bend. And then we'll come to a neutral position. Now let's do that again. Inhale. And come back to neutral. So let's engage the low back and the core and come back. And we'll come back to center. So a few more times. Inhaling into a back bend with some activity towards the center of the body, and then coming back. And we're going to take this a little further. So now we're going to inhale, find that back bend. But now we're going to come halfway down. So we're going to bend the knees slightly and see if you can keep the back straight as you come halfway. So the tailbone is going to shift up a little bit. And then we'll inhale all the way up, come into that back bend. So more space to travel through. Exhale, come into that half forward fold with the knees bent. Inhale all the way back up to the back bend. Take a few more. We're coordinating the breath with the motion, the movement of the body. Waking up the core and the glutes as you're doing this. Those are areas that suffer a lot, get really weak with all the sitting that we do. So this time we're going to go all the way into a fold. So as you come halfway, then begin to release the arms. And if you need to separate the feet even more, feel free to. We're going to let the knees stay bent and relax the back, relax the neck so that the crown of the head is going to shift down. And just let the arms hang loose, the head hang loose. Let's focus on the length and depth of the breath. So as you inhale, allowing the breath to last for at least 5 seconds if you can. Letting the belly expand as you breathe in. As you breathe out, the belly comes in, match the length of the breath in. So if you're at 8-second inhale, go to an 8-second exhale. So we're going to stay upside down a little longer, let the blood move over towards the brain, oxygenating and waking us up. Now, as we're upside down, little bit of a shift in our breath. Open the upper back part of the mouth or the throat, however you want to think of it. So it's like the soft palate towards the upper back part. You want to lift it as you're breathing in, as you're breathing out. It creates a sound like you're fogging a mirror or an ocean sound. We're going to keep that lifted as much as we can through our practice. Now we're going to reset the spine a little bit. So you have the knees bent. Let's clasp opposite elbows with the hands. Keep the head released. That's the hardest part, I think. And we're going to start to unroll the spine, working your way up through the lower part of the spine, and then working your way all the way to the shoulders. Then the head rises. Then we're going to take the arms folded upwards. So we're in that back bend again. We have some extension in the spine, but this time we've got the arms folded. And as you're doing this, you could feel the triceps, the armpits stretching. We're going to take the arms out and then release them down. So Find your way if you're using a mat towards the front of the mat. Here we're going to be stepping the left foot to the back of the mat. And so we're coming into a lunge. And see about putting the left heel down. If the leg doesn't feel ready, in fact, I don't think the leg feels ready at all. We didn't do much with the leg. So we're going to do some work with the leg. So toes down, back heel up, requires a little bit of balance. Let's just leave the arms down for now. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms upwards. As you exhale, start to dip the left knee down, almost touching the mat, but not quite. And then rise, pressing into that right foot. And we'll do this again, but this time we'll exhale and lower the arms down, and inhale, lift the arms up. We'll do this a few more times. Breathing with the movement. Waking up the legs. So that was about 8. Let's stay there. We're going to straighten the left leg and then bring the arms out. So if the leg feels a little bit more ready, you can bring the heel down. If not, keep the heel up. Here we're going to flip the palms up and flip the palms down. Keeping the arms as far back as we can. Continue to flip up, flip down. Make sure that the chin isn't jutting forward. You have it inward slightly towards the neck, not all the way, but so that the neck is upright. And we're still moving the arms back and forth. And here we can just keep the arms out, move the hands in circles. Feeling the wrist stretch. I can feel the wrists clicking through. Let's rotate the other way. Still lunging. Yes, the legs are getting challenged. And we'll release the arms down and step the left foot up. And we're just going to step the feet hips distance apart. Close the eyes. You can keep the arms resting or let the palms face forward. And just bring your attention to the left leg. Notice how the left leg is feeling. What parts of the leg feel more obvious to you? And then go ahead and move over to the right leg. There will be an imbalance, so you'll feel different parts of the right leg. You may or may not notice any difference at all, but the idea is to practice paying attention so that little by little, practice by practice, we can be more attuned to those subtle shifts. All right, we're going to shift sides to the right foot behind. So go ahead and step back. We'll keep the back heel lifted. Okay. So we have a nice, strong, sturdy stance. On the inhale, lift the arms up. On the exhale, lower the arms and lower the knee, almost touching. Inhale, lifting. We're taking about 8, so we'll continue. Breathing with the motion. Exhaling down, inhaling, lifting up. So that was about the 8th one. We'll go ahead and reach the arms up for a moment, then take the arms out to the sides. Same as we did before, flipping the palms down and up. Down and up. Really paying attention to what's happening in the upper back and the shoulder blades as you're shifting. A couple more. We'll release the arms down, step the right foot up. Okay, standing nice and tall. And again, closing the eyes and just assessing. Pay attention to the right leg. And the left leg. Right leg. And the left leg. Now notice the face. Notice if you're making a facial expression. Let's neutralize that. So you could just relax out of it, or you can inhale, tighten everything up in the face. And exhale, release. Let the jaw move around. Right, so this is great for our standing portion. I think it's almost time to shift into another position. First, let's find our way to the top of the mat, and then inhale, reach the arms all the way up again. So we're going to find that back bend. And actually, let's go into very energizing position. So we're going to come into that earlier back bend, and then on the exhale, fold over the legs. Now on the inhale, we're going to rise all the way up. So it's a full motion now. Exhaling, lowering all the way down. While you're folding, you can keep the legs bent a little bit, or you can straighten them if you feel ready now that we've done a little leg work. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. A few more. How about one more time standing in that back bend? Neutralize the spine, palms together. Draw the thumbs in towards the heart center. Separate the feet. Let's go wider. So if you're working on a mat, go along the side of it. Take a nice wide stance and reach the arms out to a T again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Take the hands back towards the sacrum. On the breath in, push into the sacrum. Lift the chest, take the head back slightly. As we exhale, let's fold over the legs. We're going to go halfway down first. So kind of working with the straight back if we can. This is a good spot for books, blocks, pillows to put under the hands if they don't find the mat comfortably. So bring the hands down, otherwise bend the knees if there's nothing around you to support, or separate the feet a little bit more if possible. Turn the toes inwardly. We want to get an ankle stretch. Plant the palms if you can. Inhale, lift the head, look forward. Exhale, bend the elbows to see if you can lower the trunk downward. So we are releasing into a fold. Let the head go. Keep the soft palate lifted. Let's inhale, come up halfway. Let's take a little bit of a side lunge. So we're gonna walk over to the right leg. However, if the hands aren't on the mat, you can come halfway up and then just start to shift into turning the right foot out to the right slightly, bend into the right knee. Keep the left leg straight. So you'll either have a lot of activation or you'll have some support of the hands for a bit more of a passive stretch. And then we'll walk over to the other side, shifting the left toes to face out. Getting closer to the left foot, so not turning all the way. And you can feel the inner parts of the thigh stretching. Let's go back over to the right, shifting the feet in the direction we're moving. Back over to the left. And we'll come back to the center. Come up halfway, lengthen, bring the hands to the hips, and then we'll rise all the way up to standing. We're going to come right to seated. So go ahead and find your way down. So once you're in seated, ankles crossed, you might be sitting on a pillow or a block. If your knees are really high up, it means you're dealing with a lot of tightness, so you want to elevate the hips. Very hard to incorporate all these little things in a short session, but that's a quick little point there. Let's take the 4 fingers to the shoulders, the thumbs right on top of the shoulders. On the inhale, take the elbows back, open the chest, bring the head back. On the exhale, bring the elbows together. Lower the head down. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now we're going to take a few more of these. If you're struggling to sit with ankles crossed, you can kneel. You can also stand on the knees. A few more of these. We'll close one more time and then open. Deep breath in. On the exhale, release the hands down. So we're going to keep some tension in the neck, meaning we're going to take rolls, but we're not going to release all the way through. So very small circles. So begin to activate the neck as you take a small circle around, nice and slowly. going to take maybe about 4 little circles with that activation, and then we'll move into the other direction. It's normal to hear a bunch of little crunching sounds. After the 4th, we'll bring the head to neutral, take a deep breath in, let the head come back even. On the exhale, breathe out through the mouth and lower the head down. Just let the head hang loose for a moment. Bring the head back to center. We're going to roll forward onto hands and knees and move through a few cat-cows to energize the spine and relieve tension from it. Get some space going there. So knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. On the breath in, let the belly drop as you expand it. Chest lifts a little. On the exhale, empty out the lungs and pull the belly in. The back will lift a little bit, center of the back. So inhaling, dropping, filling, exhale, engaging, lifting, emptying out. A few more of these. Okay, we're going to come to a neutral spine, get rid of some tension in behind the shoulder blades. So separate the knees a little bit. Then we'll take the right arm upwards as we breathe in, keep the left arm straight, and thread the right arm through the left. So left arm stays straight. There's a specific variation. Inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, threading through. Just 3 more. This is something you could do 30 of, and it really helps to release tension in the upper back. I use it all the time. But today we're going to go through 5. So after the 5th, then we'll be switching the arms. So right hand will come down, and then we'll inhale the left. Threading through, inhaling left. Threading through. Let's see, 1 more. And then we're going to come right back to seated with the ankles crossed. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to work with the neck for a moment before we come out of this and go into rest. So once you're there, there we go. Okay. Once you're there, we will fold the hands into each other with the thumb tips touching. And let's turn the head left and right. As you're going through, pay attention to how the neck feels on both sides. And we'll bring the head to center, lift up and down. We'll bring the head to center, lift the right ear up. And we'll bring the head to center, just a quick neck stretch here. Pick the left ear up. And we'll bring the head back to center. Cross the wrists, bring the fingers to the base of the neck, right above the clavicle. Put pressure into these muscles. Lift the chin. Very tight muscle for pretty much everybody. Take a deep breath in and out. And release, bring the hands down. Close the eyes and just notice how the neck feels. And we're going to come down to the back. So let's lie down. Once you're there, bring the knees into the chest, give them a big squeeze. Maybe a little rock side to side. And we're going to plant the left foot down, bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh, flexing the right foot. If you're really tight, this is probably enough. If you have some space to move into, you'll lift the left foot and you'll hold the left leg either behind the thigh with the fingers interlaced maybe, or around the shin or knee for a little bit more. Now we're just going to be here for a couple breaths or so. It's a good one to also hold for longer periods. And make these breaths really big to increase the efficiency here. of this position. Maybe even lift the head. And we're going to release and switch sides. So right foot down, left ankle on top of right thigh. Pick the right leg up, holding it, flexing the left foot. Some deep breaths. Say one more really deep breath. And we're going to be releasing and coming right into resting position. Now, some different positions today. You can either elongate the legs and bring feet towards the corners of the mat, or you can bring the soles of the feet together and bring the left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly. See what you'd like to do. If the legs are elongated, bring the arms alongside the body, palms flipped up, or you could do this with the soles of the feet together as well. Okay, so just noticing now how the head is feeling, the scalp, the face. Just notice them without doing anything about that. And start to feel the weight of the head. Notice how heavy it really is when you aren't trying to hold it. And bring the attention to the neck. Notice any tension in the neck. And start to release that space. Notice the throat. And allow that space to open just by becoming aware of the openness that exists in the throat and that potentially could be if you just let it be. We're going to bring the attention now to the right arm, and if the hand is on the trunk, you're going to release the right arm down alongside the body with the palm flipped up and start to feel the weight of the right arm. Notice how heavy it is. And same with the left arm. If it's on the body, you'll lower the left arm and just release it. Notice how heavy it is. The right hand weighing the arm down, the elbow weighing the arm down, the whole skeleton of the right arm. Heavy, the left arm, the left hand, the left elbow, very heavy. Bring your attention to the trunk and notice its weight. Allowing any tight spaces to open and relax. If the legs are folded, you'll extend the right leg only. Otherwise, we're all just noticing now the heaviness of the right leg. And then we'll open the left leg and feel the heaviness of the left leg. Noticing the weight of the right hip, the thigh, the knee, the right calf and shin bone, the right ankle, the right foot. Bring your attention to the right big toe, the second toe, third toe, the fourth toe, and the fifth toe. Notice the whole right leg. Now notice the weight of the left hip, the left thigh, the left knee, the left calf and shin bone, the left ankle, the left foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Notice the whole left leg. Now bring to your awareness the whole right leg and the whole left leg. Now both legs at the same time. And now bring your attention to the whole right arm and the whole left arm. The right arm, the left. Now both arms at the same time. Now notice the front of the trunk and the back of the trunk. The front and the back. Noticing the whole trunk. And become aware again of the head. The pressure of the back of the head against the floor. The right ear, left ear. The right eye, the left eye. Both ears, both eyes. Now the whole head. Now the whole body. Noticing the whole body. And feeling as though the whole body is weighted down, very heavy. And now paying attention to the body as though it is quite light, so light it can float like a feather in the gentle swaying of the wind. Notice the body is heavy again. Notice its weight. And notice the lightness of the body, as though it can drift in the wind and almost float up off of the mat. Now come back to that heaviness and the lightness and hold both at the same time, imagining the body's weight and weightlessness at the same time. Now bring your attention to the energy flowing through the body, through the heart beating in the chest, the lungs moving behind the rib cage, the whole body expanding and contracting at various rates. We're going to come out of this rest by taking a deep breath in and filling the lungs, and then emptying the lungs. Filling the lungs and emptying. Very slowly start to move the head side to side as you're lying down on the mat. Start to move the fingers and the toes. Start to take the arms behind and find length. Point the toes forward. Lift the belly button slightly. Bring the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around the knees, and rock a little bit side to side. And then when you're ready, either roll to the side so you can press up to seated, or rock right up. Once you're here, bring the palms together, close the eyes, let yourself sit in an inner silence as you listen to every little tone on this bamboo-built wind chime. Letting it lift your mood and take you through the rest of the day in a sense of peace and calm and humor, if possible, and joy. So we'll bring the palms together and let's take a deep breath in and out. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste.